What if I told you?
Stetson is back, baby.
Concern. We came to win and let it burn. You had your chance, now wait your turn. We came to win and let it burn. We came to win and let it burn. Did it again, oh man, we win it again. Tell the coach that we trending again. Tell the ops that we entered the win. Yeah, we go to work, suit up just to go berserk. When we hit them with the fire in, it's better one of people that is gonna hurt. Blackout, light, fade, screen. Can't lie, feel amazing. Gotta go out with a bang. Put it on my team and on my name. Once a minute, better stay out my lane.
You're watching college football on ESPN Plus, and the weather is finally cleared after a slight lightning delay, and we are ready to go from Spec Martin Stadium in DeLand, Florida. Stetson facing off against Weber International, and it's the dawn of a new era as former NFL offensive lineman Mike Jasper makes his Hatters coaching debut. And welcome aboard, Tom James, alongside former Hatters defensive end Davion Belk. And Davion, you know what this day is all about. These players sweat and work hard all summer long just for the opportunity to finally lace them up for real.
Yeah, 106 players showed up to camp this summer, ready to go, working hard, lifting weights, doing everything possible to get ready for just today.
And we are all ready. And, of course, you played under great coach Roger Hughes, helped give the rebirth of this program a little over a decade ago. And here comes Mike Jasper, and he wants to reinvigorate and bring back the winning tradition of Hatter football.
Yes, and he's off to an incredible start. He's talked about not only winning on the field, but winning in the community. And he has done that. The players have shown up big time. They're at schools, high-fiving kids. They're doing everything right. So now it's time to show it that they can do everything right on the football field as well.
It's about that winning culture on and off the field. Well, we are fired up and ready to go. Stetson and Weber International is up next. Stay with us. Kickoff is ahead on ESPN Plus. Getting set for kickoff. And after close to a 90-minute weather delay, 83 degrees out there, it looks optimistic for us to have a clean slate the rest of the way, Davion. And we're excited. Week 1 of college football is upon us. And Weber International's head coach, Eric Potocny, in his 5th season. He's been part of this program for a number of years, 18 years with the Warriors. He was formerly the defensive coordinator, and now he is the head man. And there is the brand new head coach of the Stetson Hatters, Mike Jasper. So much said about him and the new era getting started. His first season. He spent 3 seasons as an offensive lineman in the NFL, played for the Bills, who drafted him, the Titans, the Giants, and the Panthers. And most recently, he has spent 6 years as the head football coach at NAIA Bethel. That's his alma mater. And Davion, he went 44-20 at Bethel, won a lot of games in double digits, 2 straight 11-win seasons for him. So he brings a winning pedigree.
Yes, and that's something that you want here at Stetson. The last few years have been rough for the team in terms of getting victories, and this is something that Coach Mike Jasper knows how to do, and that is win.
You saw the starting quarterback Gavin Rupp, number 17, put his arms around the coach right there and said, "Coach, you ready? Because I'm ready." And we're ready for football. Stetson will receive the opening kickoff to get this started. The Hatters in the traditional green uniforms. Nice looking gray unis for Weber International. And the man to return is Will Secker, number 0, 5th year kick returner for the Hatters, but it goes short and taken by the up man and out of bounds. And so good field position for Stetson to get started.
That was great fielding skills there by the linebacker, Jackson Berry.
And there you see the starter, Gavin Rupp. A lot of experience, pedigree. He's from Tampa, Florida, a senior. He is a transfer in from Rutgers out of the Big Ten. Didn't get playing time there, didn't kind of pan out for him, and he has found a new home. And his head coach is very excited about his abilities. Fakes the handoff, rolls right, and uncorks one down the field, and it is caught. Austin Hill inside the 10-yard line. He just went up with 2 defenders around him and got it.
As a quarterback, sometimes you don't have to always be right, and he was not in that situation. He had a guy in the flat wide open, but he decided to throw the deep ball, and his receiver made him right, going up over 2 defenders for the big play.
Dangerous throw, but he put it right on the money where Hill, who is a graduate, went up, plucked it right out of the air, and just like that, Stetson has a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Rupp, hands off, up the middle, gain of about 3 yards that time by Caden Betts.
And something that the Stetson offense is going to try to do is definitely run the ball. They have a bunch of running backs. That's probably the most depth on this team is at the running back position group. So you're going to see them hand the ball off quite a bit.
And it's Betts again, right up the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown.
And right on cue and right on time, they hand the ball off to Betts. He's a huge running back at 225, and you can see that as he just ran over defenders on his way to the end zone for the Hatters touchdown.
3 plays, 63 yards. Stetson is in the end zone, and we haven't even played it a minute and a half yet.
That's a tone-setting drive right there. You can tell by even the way Gavin Rupp threw that ball deep down the field that they wanted to come out and show aggression and attack this Weber defense right away.
Well, that's the style of this Hatters offense. Very aggressive. They're on the board leading it 7-0. striking very quickly. The Stetson Hatters under brand new coach Mike Jasper, and he has preached it all offseason long. He wants his team to be aggressive both on offense and defense, and that's what we saw. The long ball, 2 quick runs, and they're in the end zone.
Absolutely. When talking to Coach, offensive coordinator Coach Dodson this week, he said that they are a vertical attack offense. So they don't want to get east and west too much. They want to go down the field and attack you. And they did that on that drive for sure.
Yeah, they want to be explosive, like you say, in the run and the pass. Hit you in the mouth. I can't tell you how many times during our phone call this week that's what he said. Coach Jasper was a hit you in the mouth. And they hit the return man just across the 20-yard line. And Weber International will get started right there. Tobias Semper bringing that kickoff back, and the quarterback for the Warriors, it's Trent Grosjean. About 1,330 yards passing last year, 14 touchdowns. He did throw 15 picks, but how about this? He was also the Warriors' leading rusher, nearly 500 yards on the ground, so he can do a little bit of everything. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve offensively, and flags fly from all over the place before the snap. We'll see what the call is. Getting started a little late tonight.
False start. 55 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And that'll back them up 5 yards. 90-minute lightning delay for just joining us. We were originally slated to start at 6 o'clock. And now 7:30 Eastern. We got started with the kickoff. So it'll be first down and 15 for the Warriors. I know you look for Grosjean to sling it. He's got a lot of speed on the outside. One wide receiver to his left and one to the right. And he tucks it under, rolls to his left, throws in and out of the hands of his tight end, Darren Johnson. Boy, he had it too.
Absolutely. Now the field was probably a little wet, so sometimes that ball will get a little wet early on. They'll have to adjust as this game goes on to the little slipperiness of the football. But I feel like they probably will do that. Now, you talked about Grosjean a little bit. The great thing about him is he's a fantastic runner, averaged 6.3 yards per carry last season. However, he's extremely inefficient with the football. He has to be better this year if they're going to have any chance of trying to pull off an upset here today.
A good decision making, so important. Micah Elder in motion, and he throws to the near side, and DeMarcus Mathis didn't appear to be quite expecting the football so quickly, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, he got the ball out of his hand quickly because of the pressure, right? But the running back has to see that on his way leaving the backfield and get his head around.
So a quick 3rd and long situation for Weber International.
And if you're the Stetson defense right here, all you're doing is playing soft coverage. You might want to send a little bit of pressure, but let them make the mistake.
They play a 3-3-5. Ordinarily, the Hatters do on defense. Throws it short. It's caught. A pickup of a couple of yards by Elder, but not much there. And not back to the original line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up 4th down.
What a hustle play by Andrew Martin there on that play. He's rushing the quarterback right deep upfield. He actually is in a stunt, so he's going away from where the screen is. He hustled all the way back to make that play for the big tackle on 4th down.
There you see Martin, number 6, right there coming off the field. Had a season high 9 tackles last year versus Harvard. And so they punted away. Caught at about his own 37 for the Hatters is Secker, and a flag comes out as he goes up across the 45. But we'll see what the penalty flag is.
It looks like it's going to be against the receiving team.
Yep. So we'll see what the call is.
Block in the back. Return team, number 2. 10-yard penalty. First down.
All right, so that'll back the Hatters up a little bit, but their second offensive possession is coming up straight ahead. Stetson leads by a touchdown.
Welcome to the Atlantic Sun, where heart-pounding moments are born and where champions rise above, where speed defies limits and precision finds its mark, where millions of fans nationwide cheer for excellence, determination, and fairness, where public, private, and faith-based schools compete side by side, fostering sportsmanship and unity. From the beaches to the mountains, the Atlantic Sun is the destination.
How do you measure the human spirit? In pounds? In milliliters? In the distance traveled between yesterday and today? Or maybe there's no way to measure the human spirit. Because as you remind us every day, it simply has no limit. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Beach International Airport. Happy travels start here. Just minutes from the world's most famous beach and steps from the Speedway. And for the locals, close to home, fast security checkpoints, and a first-class customer experience. Daytona Beach International Airport. The right airport, right here.
Every day, I'm out there putting in the work, making sure everyone gets home safe. When I come home, I need something that works as hard as I do. That's why I rely on natural gas. Natural gas gives me the fuel to unwind, to save a life, and be ready for whatever comes next. These moments keep me going. With natural gas, I enjoy life knowing I'm saving on energy bills, and those appliance rebates are a nice bonus too. When life requires more of you, choose a fuel that does more for you.
Rain coming down here in DeLand as Stetson on the move up the middle, carrying the entire pile up towards the 40-yard line is the ball carrier, number 6, Quentin Moore.
That's going to be Trey Clark, I believe.
Trey Clark, my mistake. Very physical back Clark, a sophomore. Kind of a 3-down back, can do it all. So 2nd down and 2, a gain of 8 on 1st down. And they're going to opt for Clark again, and he's got the 1st down spinning as he gets across midfield.
And Clark was a starting running back last year, and he showed his ability to make people miss. He's not doing anything special, but certain running backs has this uncanny talent just to be able to make people miss, get skinny at the right time, and just slide off of tackles, and he does that very well.
Nose of the football right on the 50-yard line. 1st down for Stetson. Already a touchdown on the board. And this time, nowhere to go for Clark as the Warriors defense swarming and tackling him for a big loss.
Yeah, that's a good amount of rain coming down, so that both teams are probably going to lean on the run a little bit more. So look for this Warriors defense to just kind of hunker down a little bit and expect to run a bit more.
And that was led by the freshman, big freshman, Aaron Williams, 6 feet, 300-pounder. Stops him at the line of scrimmage, so no loss for Stetson. 2nd down and 10. And Rupp going near side, far side. It is tipped and then caught by Wyatt Rogers. So on the deflection, Rogers, right place, right time. And a gain of 6 yards.
And great catch and great effort by him. Talking to the coaches this week, they spoke highly of Wyatt Rogers and his effort. And they say he's a guy who can make explosive plays. That's a great play there. Just a hustle play.
And with the slippery conditions, went right through the midst of Anthony Benzija. Rodgers there at the right moment. 3rd down and 4. Rupp back to throw, over the middle, completes the pass. It's Rodgers again. A 1st down and much, much more inside the 25, down towards the 22, as you see the rain continuing to pelt down a little bit harder now. Like you say, that does make the passing game a little bit tougher. No problem for Rodgers on the short pass.
Yeah, you see it even when the receivers are catching the ball. When it's further extended for them, it's probably going to be a tipped pass. But when they can get in their body, it helps a little bit trap the ball on this very wet day.
And he had plenty of room to run, turned it upfield. A lot of green was in front of him that time. So Stetson on the march once again. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rodgers in the backfield with Rupp. And Rodgers gets it. And he finds the hole. And takes it inside the 20, down towards the 13-yard line.
Trey Clark is doing a great job of running the football right now. He's being very consistent, sturdy, and you can see him protecting the ball as well. So he knows the importance of making sure in a situation like this where you're moving the ball, you don't want to give it up. And he is eyeing that end zone.
9 yards on 1st down. Brings up a 2nd and short. Gavin Rupp eyeing the situation. And throws a dangerous pass. Nearly intercepted over there. As he threw to the far side. Intended for Bo Bankston.
And that was a great catch by Bo Bankston there. And also great defense by Tyler Powell. He reacted to that about as quick as you can. But Bo Bankston was just strong on the catch and didn't give him an opportunity to make the breakup.
Able to haul it in. 1st down again as they move the chains. Here comes Clark down towards the 5. Trey Clark, a couple of carries for him already. Again, we talked about him, experience last year. Physical runner.
Yeah, and this offensive line is getting great movement up front. Talking about their scheme a little bit, they really try to get a lot of double teams to get movement up front, and they've been able to do that extremely well so far this game.
Stetson ranked 10th in the Pioneer League in rushing yards a season ago. Averaged only 84 yards on the ground, already showing really positive signs on the running game. In these first few drives, Trey Clark gets stacked up down near the 5. Tackle made by Marquez Griffin.
They just brought in a new running back, Zion Griffin.
So many new players on this Hatters roster, nearly 50 freshmen on this team, an entirely new coaching staff. Stetson hasn't had a winning season since pre-COVID back in 2019. Trying to get things turned around this year. Rolling to his right. It's Rupp looking, tucking it under. Dragged down at around the 2-yard line. It's Griffin again with the tackle. Marquez Griffin, great job. He's a freshman, 205 linebacker.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen making their debut today here in this game, and it just kind of says a lot of the talent that they feel like they have over there that's pretty young on the Weber side of the ball. But there's some young freshmen on the Stetson side of the ball as well. So just seeing how they show up and how they play today sets a great tone for their career.
And Zion Griffin back into the ball game. It is 4th and 1. They are able to get a 1st down. And Griffin is stacked up, and he's not going to get there. Weber International comes up big on defense. And a turnover on downs in favor of the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would have made much of a difference there, but I'm just really surprised that they did not have Caden Betts in the backfield, right? You're a bigger running back at 225. Zion Griffin is a great running back, had a great fall camp, but he's just not as big as Betts there. So you would think they would have him in the game, but, you know, they're probably just trying to get a great look at everybody, right? That talented backfield that they have.
So Weber International, big confidence boost right there after having given up a quick touchdown on its first defensive drive, able to stop the Hatters. Throws to the far side, flags come out. There was movement at the line of scrimmage, Davion.
Yeah, they got the nose guard, Zach Goodwin, out offsides on that play.
So
Side. Defense, number 90. 5 yards. First down.
And that was a great hard count by the quarterback. Not only did he get him once offsides, he made him jump twice.
Yeah. And the flag came out a little bit late. It was obvious that it was offsides, but this is going to help Weber get them out of that hole just a little bit. Now just 1st and 5 from their own 8-yard line. The handoff and the carry up towards the 10-yard line. Number 22, the ball carrier for Weber, and that is Reginald Johnson. He's just a freshman. We talked about all the freshmen on the Hatters ball club, but Weber the same, very young.
Yeah, and he got tackled by a freshman, Jaden Clark, out there at the nickel position for Stetson.
So 2nd and 4 from the 14. And running right, and I think somebody got a piece of that face mask, and that's going to be a big penalty against the Hatters, as Reginald Johnson, again, the ball carrier. It's the type of mistake, though, you just can't make.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Yeah, I think it was not, the ref had the wrong player there, number 0. It was on, should have been on Christian Rand.
Yeah, Christian Rand, a senior right there, and that's the face mask, and that's the bad kind. That's the personal, that's the 15-yarder. And a couple of penalties helping Weber International out on this drive to get out of where the drive started, deep in their own territory. But this time the Hatters defense in the backfield in a hurry.
Absolutely great push from up front. They're stopping all the east-west movement, creating penetration, and just completely blowing that play up.
Bring up 2nd and 12. Andrew Martin again. He was a 2023. He was the Pioneer League Defensive Freshman of the Year. Second down and 12. And a little misdirection. And a great tackle broken. And up the middle as Weber continues to move the football.
Yeah, he put a great move on Elphick there. You see Elphick reads the play great. He comes downhill, but he misses him in the open field. And that allows him to get plenty more yards to make this a very manageable 3rd down.
Ariel Carter is actually the only number 7 that we have on our roster. He's listed as a safety. Nonetheless, 3rd down and 3 for the Warriors. And a keeper by the quarterback, Grosjean, and he will have enough for the first down.
And what a big run play there, and what strength from Grosjean to kind of push through that and still get the first down, because he was met by Andrew Martin before getting the first down yardage. So what a great play by him.
Yeah, Martin has been so active so far in this first quarter defensively for Stetson. But Grosjean able to break free and get that first down. And a hard run, tough gain of 2 yards that time.
Yeah, you see some great players on that Stetson defense showing up on that play. Shug Bentley, Cal Elphick. Yeah, maybe Surreal Carter is doing his best Travis Hunter impersonation.
We'll find out and get to the bottom of that. Carter, again, the only number 7 that we've got for Weber, listed as a safety. And a fake jet sweep and swallowed up in the background. Grosjean by a hungry Hatter defense.
And you see Colin Towett right in the middle of the play there. Number 56, got to give him a shout out for my number's sake.
That's right. Standing next to a former number 56 up here in the booth. He's got a lot to live up to wearing that number.
Absolutely. He's a great kid. Works so hard, and so hopefully he has a great season this season.
4 wide receivers on 3rd down and 10. Grosjean tucks it under, and he's got the first down and more. And remember, this kid led the Warriors in rushing last season, so this is the kind of thing he's known for.
Yeah, we talked about his ability as a runner, and he's showing it here today. They got to be prepared for that.
Yep.
Make him throw. That's his weakness. Until he proves otherwise, you know, last year he showed you he's going to give you more interceptions than touchdowns, so you got to take that risk.
Well, that's a great point, Davion. 14 touchdowns last year, but 15 interceptions and more movement at the line of scrimmage. Could be a free play. It falls incomplete. We'll see what the flag is, if it's Stetson offside or whether maybe they were drawn off. With just about a minute left here in the opening quarter.
Offside. Defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So, Davion, if my math is correct, that is 25 yards in penalties against Stetson on this drive.
Absolutely, and that's Goodwin's 2nd time jumping off sides. As a coach, you say you're right over the ball.
Yeah.
You're going to know when it moves and when it doesn't.
1st and 5 now. Fakes the handoff, throws near side. And the catch is made by number 25, Dante DiOrio. DiOrio, also a freshman running back out of the backfield, making that catch. And another chance to move the chains for Weber International.
And they're building some momentum here on this drive. Stetson's going to have to react quickly.
Remember, this drive began inside their own 5-yard line. Grosjean met at the line of scrimmage and brought down by a couple of Stetson tacklers, Jaden Clark being one of them. And Kyle Elphick was the other.
And they played that really well there. You know, taking on the pullers, but still keeping an eye on the quarterback, bringing them down for just a game of 1.
Two impressive drives for Stetson. They get 1 touchdown out of it. Weber is headed back the other way. It's 7-0 after 1 quarter. Stetson fans, make plans to visit campus and cheer on Hatter sports teams this season. A variety of affordable, family-friendly ticket options are available. Visit the Hatter ticket office online at www.gohatters.com/ticket or call 386-738-4287. Underway here in the second quarter.
And Stetson with a big stop there. As you see, eight players swarming to the ball to make sure the running back gets down. This is a big third down for them.
4 wide receivers for the quarterback, Trent Grosjean. And he's going to look to his right and throw underneath, and it's overthrown, incomplete. That was intended for Micah Elder, but he had no shot at it. And that brings up 4th and 10. And the field goal kicking team is coming out on the field for the Warriors.
Yeah, and that ball was not close at all. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There is still some rain coming down, but he has to get that. The receiver was wide open.
The kicker is a freshman, Rourke Davis, number 80. And his field goal attempt is good. It has the length and the accuracy. And Weber International is on the board. The Hatters 7, the Warriors 3. We're back in a moment to the Spec.
Hey, John B. Need another debit card, huh? Don't worry, we got you covered.
When convenience matters most, it's video banking from Insight Credit Union for the win. Safe, secure personal service without having to bank in person. Insight Credit Union and you. Better together.
When you connect with MBI, you're not just getting a print provider. You're getting a full-service digital marketing partner. We start with strategy, helping you craft the perfect campaign from websites to social media. Every piece is connected. We make sure the right message reaches the right person. MBI Direct Mail Plus Digital.
I was originally in the Discovery program. Stetson gave me the option to explore so many majors, and now I've found my passion and my people. I'm really happy that I ended up coming to Stetson.
At Watson Realty, we continue to make selling your home easier and safer than ever. Simply contact a Watson Realtor to discuss your goals and determine your home's value. Then we'll market to ideal buyers and arrange for tours that match everyone's comfort level. Best of all, though we've adapted our methods to a new environment, we still offer legendary service and get your home sold. Sell the Watson way. Simple, safe, sold.
The band in the spirit despite the inclement weather. And the fans have turned out. They didn't go away. They waited the hour and a half for the delay, and they are here. And they are excited, Davion, about this new era of football here at Stetson. And there he is, the new coach, Mike Jasper. High hopes. And, of course, Eric Potocny in his 5th season. Head coach of the Warriors, and they're hanging in there and looking impressive. That was an impressive drive that ended with that field goal from the freshman Rourke Davis. So Weber proving to be a good opponent here today for Stetson. And the Hatters will have it with their 3rd possession here in the first half, leading 7-3.
Yeah, and earlier on, in first games of the season, you usually expect both teams not to be as polished. You see they're working through a couple things, but for the most part, they look pretty good here today. Not a lot of mistakes, except for the penalties on the defensive side of the ball last drive that probably bailed out that Weber team a couple times.
Well, Gavin Rupp, the quarterback, Coach Jasper said this week he showed tremendous leadership in the offseason. He said that the entire quarterback room is solid. He had to win this job. Cool under pressure, really reads defense as well. Got a high IQ. He's done everything the coach asked him to do. And he feels like he's his guy, and he's ready to go.
And the big word they used with him was trust. They felt like they could trust him and send him out there. So that's great to hear, and they feel like they can trust the backup too if he's ever needed.
And the handoff, and dropped in the backfield for no gain that time. 13, Zion Griffin, nowhere to go. Look at Weber in the backfield quickly at number 11, Caden Marsh. Tripped him up, and a loss of 1.
Yeah, they got great penetration up the middle there to make it hard for Zion Griffin to do anything.
2nd and 11. More than a minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Pass over the middle, and it was batted away by DJ Thompson. There's DJ fired up. This Weber team has come to play.
Absolutely, and that's the scariest thing. You never want to give a team that you should beat too much momentum to stay in the game, because then it gets a little ugly, and now it's just a scrappy game. So you don't want to turn to that. It's still very early, and let's see how the rest of this game turns out.
Well, it's first week, a lot of jitters, of course, with the delay. Big feeling out process, I think, for both of these teams, and a pass complete to the far side. Caught there by Michael Ellis, a 6-foot freshman, and a great throw that time by Rupp.
I believe that was actually Bo Bankston on the reception there.
It was Bankston, thank you. He's a redshirt freshman, Bankston. And the handoff. It's number 13, Zion Griffin. Matters moving the football. Good yardage on first down from Griffin. He's gotten a lot of touches here early.
Yeah, that's the first time he has space, though,
yeah,
to actually run. If you give him space and you get him on the outside, he can make big plays in this offense.
Kid from Pooler, Georgia. 2nd and 7. Fake to Griffin. Rupp flushed out of the pocket, going backwards, and just has to heave it to the sidelines to throw it away. Good pressure by the Weber International defense that time. Number 0, Caden Morrell.
Yeah, he is the best player on that defense. Last year was a lead tackler with 71 tackles. And he plays well in the pass game as well. Had about 5 pass deflections, so he could do a little bit of everything. Cover, see ball, get ball. He's just a playmaker overall for this Warriors defense.
So a key 3rd and 7 for the Hatters. Gavin Rupp wants to throw, completes the pass over the middle, just past the original line of scrimmage, caught by Wyatt Rogers, but they're going to be well short of the first down. And that's going to bring up 4th down right there at midfield, and Coach Jasper not even going to give it a second thought. They're going to punt it away.
Yeah, and this Warriors defense has been playing fairly well on the most important downs. They definitely have given up some yards, but on those big 3rd downs, they found a way to get off the field.
And the punt goes out of bounds. 7-3. Good kick by Brett Gonda. And the Hatters lead it, but the Warriors will have the football when we come back. Wet and wild Saturday night here at Spec Martin Stadium. 11:23 left to play here in the second quarter. Stetson with a 7-3 lead. I feel like we were talking in the break, David. They kind of need a big play, this Hatters defense, to really get things supercharged. But Stetson, a year ago, not a team that had very many takeaways at all. They only had 4 takeaways the entire season, 2 fumble returns and 2 interceptions, as that ball was on the carpet for a moment, and a loss of yardage for Weber.
Yeah, and it was right on cue as we were talking about a big play. That almost happened accidentally there for the Warriors as they fumbled the ball on the handoff. Just there was no Hatters around to recover.
Dante DiOrio just really never had a handle on it. It's kind of slipped through his hands, and a loss of a yard. And a handoff once again. And a spinning and a gain of a few extra yards from DiOrio. Nice job to keep those legs churning.
And away from the ball, looks like we have a penalty on the Warriors over here. We're going to wait for the referees to call it.
Tackle was made there by Michael Ellis. Oh, Bankston, excuse me, on the tackle for Stetson, but we'll see what the penalty flag is all about. You're trying to get things sorted out. 10:34 left to play here in the first half.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 17. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Yeah, that's a costly penalty against the wide receiver, Corey Conklin. A unnecessary roughness personal foul, and that drops them back 15 yards. Not the kind of penalty that is going to make head coach Eric Potocny very happy.
Yeah, not at all. Those type of things limit momentum, and those it just really shooting yourself in the foot. You know, you make a okay play, nothing bad, and then now you turn it to 3rd and 30. Just can't have that.
So we'll see what they can do. Grosjean, the quarterback, just dumps it off, and it is incomplete. Again, intended for DiOrio, but nothing happening, and the Warriors are going to have to kick it away. So a good defensive stand right there by the Hatters, helped out, of course, by that personal foul penalty.
Absolutely. A great stand by them. Solid defense. Now we're still looking for that spark play. Could it be on the return here?
Here's the kick. On 4th and 24, a fair catch called for inside the 45-yard line, and that's where Stetson will start when we come back. 10 minutes left in the first half. Still a 7-3 game.
How do you measure the human spirit? In pounds? In milliliters? In the distance traveled between yesterday and today? Or maybe there's no way to measure the human spirit. Because as you remind us every day, it simply has no limit. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Beach International Airport. Happy travels start here. Just minutes from the world's most famous beach and steps from the Speedway. And for the locals, close to home, fast security checkpoints, and a first-class customer experience. Daytona Beach International Airport. The right airport, right here.
Stetson started out last season winning its first 2 games, but things kind of went south from there. They lost their last 9 to finish 2-9. Got behind early in a lot of those games and couldn't claw back. So, new era here with Coach Jasper. They hope for good things to come as the Hatters start their drive at their own 44-yard line. A running play up the middle towards the 50. And it's Trey Clark with good yardage, make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, the run game has looked really solid so far this year, and they really struggled to run the ball a lot last year. Trey Clark was the one bright spot in that backfield, but they did not run the ball well consistently. So if they can continue to do this to teams all year, it's going to be a great season for Stetson.
Rupp in trouble and dragged down in the backfield. The sack by Jonathan St. Jacques, a senior. And Rupp lucky to hang on to that football. He had it hanging out there, but a big loss for the Hatters. Great job on the sack by Weber.
Yeah, and that looks like Jeremy Willoughby on the play there. Converted from a linebacker last year to a defensive lineman this year, and he showed great interior pressure there and way to complete the play by getting Rupp all the way down to the ground.
3rd and 14 as Rupp rolls to his right, looking for somebody. Anybody gets hit hard and a fumble. It is picked up by Caden Morrell, and it's a scoop and score for the Warriors.
And I see no flags down on the play. It looks like it's going to stand as a touchdown. What a huge play was that for the Warriors. The big hit on Rupp. And their best player, Caden Morrell, picks it up for the score.
Well, Gavin Rupp was in a vulnerable position over here by the sidelines, and Morrell just teed off on him. And the ball comes loose. Wow, and Morrell, presence of mind, the scoop, the score, and he's in for 6 to give Weber International its first lead. And the extra point from Rourke Davis is up and good, and the Warriors have come to play and have taken a 10-7 lead. A big shock to the system for the Hatters. We'll see if they can respond. Coach Mike Jasper, and the Hatters going to have to regroup here, but take a look again, Tavion, at this hit, and question, is that the crown of the helmet, and could that have been called targeting?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be the crown of the helmet, even though it looks like it is a little bit. It just has to be forcible contact to the hip, because it is the quarterback on that play. So to me, that's enough to go ahead and call targeting. The ref held their flags, and Coach Jasper was not too happy about that.
So here's the kickoff from Rourke Davis on the far side of the field. Stetson's going to have to regroup. Still on his feet. And moving it forward is
look like
number 4, Sean Jones on the return.
Not a bad return, and if he could have kept his footing there.
Yeah, so week 1, so much can happen, and now the new quarterback as Gavin Rupp in the tent being looked at, and Cale Alexander, the redshirt freshman, 6'3", 215, is on in relief, and we'll see how he responds to the moment. Alexander hands off. Number 13 for the Hatters, Zion Griffin. Good yardage that time, up close to the first down. He'll come up a yard or 2 short, but a gain of 9 to make it 2nd and 1.
Yeah, for times like this, you love that you had a close quarterback competition, because I mean both players were getting great reps, and Cale Alexander is ready to go and step up into this moment.
Griffin again eludes the tackler, turns it back upfield, more than enough for the first down as he gets up near midfield, stopped at about the 47-yard line. So Cale Alexander, the redshirt freshman, gets called on here in the second quarter. A kid from Miramar High School in Coral Springs, Florida. Number 15. And Coach Jasper could not emphasize enough the other day about how close the quarterback room is and how they all support each other. So here's Alexander with a first down. And again, they keep it on the ground. And it's Griffin for the third time in a row, taking it forward, gain of maybe 1.
And they've really been leaning on him so far in the game. And he's done a great job when they've got a chance to move the defensive line, sideline to sideline a little bit. He's created spaces and got vertical. He's done a great job, and Trey Clark has been doing a great job getting a little bit more vertical right away, right?
That's right.
And so it's been good to see them run the ball. But at some point, Cale Alexander is going to have to throw this football for the first time today. They're kind of easing them into the game.
Wide receiver Austin Hill just came on the field, number 25. He's to the right side, and he's going to throw Alexander. Instead, he'll tuck it under and slides across midfield, gain of about 3. Getting his feet wet, as it were, on a rainy night.
Absolutely didn't like what he saw. He decided he's going to tuck it and run, and he wanted to safely get down.
It's important to kind of work his way into the game. Meanwhile, Gavin Rupp being checked out. We don't know whether he will return or not. 3rd down and 7. Alexander uncorks one down the field. In traffic, nearly caught but broken up at the last second by Tyler Powell, the cornerback for Weber International. Pass was intended for Austin Hill. A strong arm showed that time by Alexander.
Absolutely, and it wasn't a bad ball, but it's 2 players in coverage. It looks like the receiver has a defender right on his back, so he can't quite judge the ball well, and he can't stop for the ball because he got someone right behind him.
And it hit right off the helmet of Austin Hill.
Yeah, luckily for them, it just fell to incomplete. Now they can punt the ball away.
So Brent Gonda gets a nice roll on the punt inside the 10-yard line before it is down. So Brett Gonda, a redshirt freshman punter. One of the most spirited parties of the year takes place on Friday, September the 19th in downtown DeLand. Hatterfest will feature Stetson athletic teams, cheerleaders, the pep band, a DJ, food, merchandise, and more. Visit gohatters.com/Hatterfest for more information not to be missed. So Weber again starting a drive deep in its own territory, but with a 10-7 lead. Coming off that fumble recovery and return for a touchdown by Caden Morrell a few minutes ago. So they've got some momentum on their side. DeMarcus Mathis on the carry that time.
Yeah, and that was a big play by Caden Morrell. He spent some time on the sideline after, making that big hit and then running into the end zone. They decided to give him a little break on defense. It seemed like they did okay without him. They were able to force Stetson to punt the ball. And obviously the Hatters defense back out there, and they have to make a big play until their offense can just pick things up. They have to hold the ship.
Gain of 1 on first down. Under 5 minutes left in the half. And a fake handoff, and it's kept by Grosjean, who goes right up the middle across the 10. Nifty play for the Warriors. Keeping it on the ground, playing safe down here deep in their own territory. Listen, they've got the lead, they've got the momentum, they're on the road. Don't want to do anything too crazy down here to maybe potentially give the momentum back to the Hatters.
Yeah, but you also can't play it too safe. And there's a thin line. If you're going to upset a team like this, you have to go out there and make some big plays too. You're just not going to be able to manage the clock for the rest of this half and the next.
3rd and 6. They just did get the play off, and the handoff to Mathis. He's got a first down, and there is a flag out. But Mathis takes it across the 25, and we will see what the penalty is.
It looks like it's going to be on the offense.
Potentially a holding call, which is in that familiar territory. Flag came out on the far side of the field.
Holding. Offense, number 13. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down. Please reset the game clock to 4 minutes. 4 minutes. It'll start with my signal.
Chandler Hodge, cornerback, number 13, the guilty party. Check that, Darren Johnson. Darren Johnson for Weber with the call for holding. So it backs the Warriors up to their own 5-yard line, and it's 3rd and 12 plus.
And now you're playing it safe because you want to give your punter a little room. So you're going to try to run the ball here.
Trying to draw him off sides is Grosjean. Play clock ticking down. Grosjean throws near side, way overthrown. His intended receiver over there would have been Corey Conklin, but he never had a chance at it. And the punt team will come out with 3:32 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, he's not going to have any space in the back of that end zone. Look, his heels are basically on the end of the end zone. He got a little bit of space there, about a yard or so.
And a short punt. Taken in Warrior territory, so good field position for Stetson, and we'll see who comes out at quarterback this time. Well, DeLand and Stetson University are looking forward to their annual Friends and Family Weekend, September 19th and 20th, anchored by Hatterfest and the football team's game against Harvard. A number of exciting activities are planned. Learn more at gohatters.com/friends and family. And back out there is Cale Alexander in relief. The redshirt freshman getting another shot at it. Still no official word on the status of Rupp, the starter, but the handoff, room to run, far side goes Trey Clark, a first down and more, but a penalty flag is out. And that's going to be against Stetson. What a killer that is, Tavion.
Holding. Offense, number 44. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It's the tight end, Mason Scott.
Yeah, Mason Scott is a big tight end. They're going to use him as an extra blocker, H-back type feel. And you see him right there. He has to let him go. He has to let him go as he's going to the ball.
It helped create that hole for Trey Clark.
I guess the only positive is that it was a little further downfield, so they only lost 4 yards and have to do it all over again on first down.
So 1st and 15. Up the middle is Zion Griffin. He was hit hard right at the line of scrimmage. Got a couple of yards back. It'll be 2nd and about 12. Those are the football right at the 40-yard line. 2:43 left in the half. Alexander getting the signal in from the sideline. Big opportunity for him, the redshirt freshman, to orchestrate a little something offensively before the half. Griffin, the ball carrier again, carrying would-be tacklers across the 35. Griffin refusing to be brought down.
That was a great, tough run, right? He's not a big running back. He's a slender body. However, he keeps his feet moving, doesn't stop, spins, and keeps driving.
Carrying 3 or 4 tacklers with him, and you said he's only 190. Tough kid as Alexander gets the play call in. Third down and 7, and a timeout is called for. Well, it's the 2-minute warning. And we'll take a quick break and come back for the final 2 minutes of the first half. Coach Jasper and the Hatters trailing by 3. Jasper on your left, Coach Potachny on the right, locked in a tight battle here late in the first half. Good football game. Weber International leading Stetson 10-7. 2 minutes left. The redshirt freshman quarterback Cale Alexander on in relief of Gavin Rupp, who was shaken up. Pass complete. That's his first completion over the middle. Caught by Zion Griffin. It's going to be short of the first down. The ball spotted at the 31.
Yeah, and that kind of in no man's land. So this is go for it territory. That's why they didn't go for the sticks on that last play. They just wanted to get some yardage to make it a little bit more manageable.
Big moment for the redshirt freshman quarterback, and a timeout is called for by Weber with 1.5 minutes left in the quarter. Coach Jasper, very confident in this football team. He has been since taking this job the end of last year in the offseason. Really wants these Hatters to play an aggressive style. He said in the last couple of weeks, he said, I don't care who this team's, I don't care who we're playing. We want to come out and hit you in the mouth. Even if it's the 85 Bears, I'm coming to hit them in the mouth.
And that's the type of mentality you have to have as a coach. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. You need to come out aggressive. They come out here aggressive, but they let Weber just take a bit of the edge so far in this first half. But they still have the opportunity to grab the lead before going into the locker room.
Big moment for this young Hatters team right now. And same for Weber International and this young defense. chance to make a stand. Cale Alexander on 4th and 3. Back to throw. Looks over the middle, and the pass just a little bit behind Wyatt Rogers, and incomplete.
Yeah, I can't tell if that got tipped or if it was just dropped. Not a bad play concept here. You got Wyatt Rogers dragging across the field, and right off of the face mask.
Just a little behind him, but he didn't get his hands up quick enough. He might easily still have had an opportunity to haul that ball in.
Yeah, you definitely got to catch that for sure. That's the second ball that's actually hit off his helmet today.
Yeah, just didn't seem like he was ready for that to come his way so quickly.
Yeah, but also as the quarterback too, you know, that he had nobody around him. You can take a little bit of heat off of that and make it easier for him to catch, especially in these conditions where the field is still wet.
Oh, and nearly picked off. That ball was tipped over there. Simeon White had a chance at the interception for Stetson, but it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Trent Grosjean has led this Warriors offense down the field to a field goal. Of course, their touchdown came on defense. And on the jet sweep, nowhere to go. Great pursuit by the Hatters defense. Kyle Elphick again led this team in tackles a year ago with 102. He's got a nose for the football.
Yeah, he's the signal caller of this defense. The coaches said they feel comfortable with him out there leading them, getting everyone lined up, and not only just getting people lined up, but going making plays. And he does that well. Last year, remember, he had a 3-sack game. It was very impressive to watch. So not only does he do it tackling, but he can get after the quarterback a little bit as well.
You know, Coach Jasper talked about his defense, the style, attacking style, a run and hit, and that's exactly what Elphick did that time. The defensive coordinator for the Hatters, Dustin Kincaid, came with Coach Jasper from Bethel to be on his staff here with the Hatters in DeLand. Also on the staff, offensive coordinator Jared Dodson for the Hatters actually gave Coach Mike Jasper his first ever job in coaching back at Alfred State. So he's got relationships with a lot of these guys dating way back. Very loyal, Coach Jasper. See if his defense can come up big right here. Weber International, a 3rd and 10. Still 1:17 to play in the half. Grosjean gonna keep it, and he is getting close and does get a first down. Gutsy run by Grosjean. Broke a couple of tackles and moves the chains.
And he's been able to do it with his legs. Reminded me of, is it Haynes King against Colorado the other night. And he couldn't throw the ball too well, but he got the job done on the ground consistently. So that's what he's doing here today, doing a great job running the ball and getting his team in great position to really just go into halftime with the lead. And I guarantee you points is on his mind right now.
Pass intended for Tim Young. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 57 seconds. Football on their own 42. Play clock down to 2, and they get it off. Grosjean going to roll to his right and throws it away out of bounds. And there is a flag down.
It's Probably going to be a late hit on the quarterback. Let's see who they call it on.
Be a costly penalty against the Hatters.
Roughing the passer.
And that is exactly what
Defense,
it is.
number 88. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Emmanuel Williams, the junior, take another look. Grosjean stumbled. Well, Williams had him and didn't really release.
I don't think it's egregious. It's very ticky-tacky.
I'm kind of with you on that, partner.
It was one step. It wasn't like he took two. It wasn't like he just unloaded on the quarterback. It was very much so in the realm of play.
A good break for Weber as they get it across the 45. Pass complete. Over there to Corey Conklin. Gain of 4. Football on the Stetson 39. Second down and 6. Low snap. And this may be offsides on the Hatters. And that one falls incomplete. So we'll see what the call is. But if it's against Stetson, this is going to be close to a first down. It may be just a little bit short, but we'll see if they were drawn off or not.
I think it's going to be on Renardo Lewis this time for offsides.
Offside. Defense, number 99. 5 yards. Second down.
It will not be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach, what I'm telling Grosjean is when you get an offsides, give your receiver a chance. Every time he's done it, he's thrown it completely into nowhere. Give your receiver a chance to catch the ball. It's a free play.
Free play. Grosjean again. Throws far side. Ball is caught. Down around the 20-yard line. The reception made. Corey Conklin again, his second reception on this drive. The Warriors are in business. Clock stops with 29 seconds left. The handoff up the middle, still rumbling, is Reggie Johnson, the freshman running back. Close to another first down. All spotted right on the 10-yard line. 22 seconds and timeout is called for. So how about this Warriors team for head coach Eric Potocny on the move here late in the half, Davion?
Yeah, absolutely. He's coaching a great game right now. He's got his players aligned to do what they're good at. He's not, right? The quarterback is good at running the ball. He's not forcing him to throw the ball so many times this game. And when he is throwing it, it's nice, easy passes on the run. So he's setting his players up for success. And it's really have caught the Stetson team reeling and trying to figure out what to do.
So it'll be first down. It'll be first and goal. Ball right on the 10-yard line. Remember, we've got a pretty good kicker. He is just a freshman, Rourke Davis, if it comes to that. But the Warriors want 6, not just 3.
Yeah, they want as many points as they can get on Stetson. They don't want to leave any opportunities for a comeback.
So Grosjean out of the pistol. Fakes 2 handoffs, gives off to his man Quentin Moore, who goes down inside the 5-yard line. And a timeout called for again by Weber, and I think that's their last timeout of the half. That took a little bit to develop, but it paid dividends. They've got the ball down around the 3-yard line.
On this play, you see a bunch of eye candy. First fake handoff, second fake handoff, and the third is the actual give to the wide receiver there. See a couple missed tackles and tough running. Enough to get them in a great position. There's 13 seconds now. And you have essentially two plays.
That
they can run. They just don't want to run it.
Yeah.
They just don't want to run the ball. You want to throw it.
Well, you can't run the ball now with no timeouts left, so you've got to maybe take 2 shots. Like you said, time to take 2 shots at the end zone before maybe you kick it.
Right. So, but don't be surprised with the way Grosjean has been running the ball. Don't be surprised if they risk it.
Well, if he sees the opportunity, you know he will take it. But that would be a do-or-die situation because they cannot stop the clock. Now Stetson calls timeout.
Yeah, they don't want to leave a bunch of timeouts. They wanted to see what formation they were going to come in or come out in and go ahead and call a play to fit that.
A little bit of a chess match. Coach Jasper and Coach Potocny. Good stuff here in week 1. How great is this? The first full weekend of college football. It's the Saturday we've all been waiting for, partner.
It's back.
It is back.
It's a different feel when you wake up and you know college football is going to be on. And your favorite teams are playing. And just some interesting games with people pouring their passion out all over the country. On television or not on television sometimes, but it's just great to see all these teams back, and great to see the Stetson Hatters back on the field.
No question. We want to certainly give a shout out and wish our best wishes to the great Lee Corso, who signed off on College game day earlier today, donning his final headgear with the Ohio State Buckeyes, who did go on to upset number 1 Texas 14-7, but Saturdays will not be the same, my friend, without Lee Corso on game day. Takes some getting used to.
Yeah, what a legend.
So here it is, Grosjean rolls out, throws, caught, touchdown. Diorio, the freshman, out of the backfield, and Weber International. What a way to end the second quarter with just 7 seconds left. Well-designed play.
And they ran a great play there, right? Rolling the quarterback out to the right. It's giving him 2 options. If they don't play him correctly, he can run it, and it's fairly safe because he's going towards the sideline, or he can pass it. They put Andrew Martin in a tough bind right there. Andrew Martin played quarterback, and they just threw it right over his head.
Davis's kick is good. Who saw this coming? NAIA Weber International coming in here to the spec and leading the Hatters 17-7. Here it is. He was open.
Yes, and you see Andrew Martin just come down a little bit because the quarterback has been a running threat all day. But by the time he noticed the running back slipping by him, it was too late.
So a confident bunch over there. Potocny and his team. And they are going to take the lead into the locker room.
Yeah, and like you said, who saw this coming? Not me, especially after Weber lost 2 great players last year who contributed a lot to their offense. And Terry Weems Jr., their running back, and Keon Dickens, their wide receiver. Both of those players combined for 16 touchdowns last year. So they were a bulk of the production. And so you thought coming in this game, like, how they're going to make up for that. And you see it's been on with the legs of Grosjean and his teammates stepping up when needed.
He's been impressive. And, of course, the defense with that huge play really shifted the whole momentum of this football game. The scoop and score. Little pooch kick to the far side. A fair catch is called for over there. So Stetson with just 7 seconds left. Gonna have to do a little regrouping.
And look, I see a flag down the field.
There's quarterback Cale Alexander. The redshirt quarterback Gavin Rupp took that hard hit in the second quarter by Caden Morrell. Coughed the football up. Morrell took it back for the score, and we have not seen Rupp since then. He went into the tent, the concussion protocol, and the redshirt freshman came in and has played since.
Yeah, it looks like Stetson is going to decline the re-kick.
So what's Coach Jasper's move in a situation like this? Do you just take a knee and take it to the locker room?
Yeah, you just go ahead and play it safe. But you never know what they might want to do if they think they can get in field goal range. They do have a pretty good kicker. But, you know, to me, I just go ahead and knee it out, get the troops together in the locker room and come out in the second half and bring the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that big hit on Rupp is really what completely flipped the game.
It did.
That changed the game completely.
It really did. Long way to go, though. A little handoff to Trey Clark. And that's going to do it for the first half. Stetson got on the board quickly in the first quarter. A 3-play drive gave him a 7-0 lead, but Weber has scored 17 unanswered points and take a 10-point lead to the half. Stay with us on ESPN+. And welcome back to Spec Martin Stadium. We're at halftime between Stetson and Weber International. The Warriors fell behind early 7-0, but they have rattled off 17 unanswered points and lead by 10 at the break. Tom James alongside Davion Belk, and this game really changed on the hit to Stetson quarterback Gavin Rupp, the scoop and score by Caden Morrell. Whole different ball game since then.
Yeah, absolutely. Big hit. Looked like targeting, didn't get the call, but that play changed the game. And what a dynamic player on Weber, right?
Yeah.
He's their best player on defense, and he showed it on that play. Maybe not completely legal, but it definitely showed.
Well, the call did not come, so the scoop and score stood. Another touchdown in the second quarter for Weber International. Travis Grosjean really led them at quarterback, and so adjustments have to be made at halftime, and we'll see what happens. Stay with us here at the Spec. On the other side, we've got Hatters Director of Athletics Ricky Ray. Stay with us. To land, we were at halftime. Weber International with a 10-point lead, 17-7 over the home team, Stetson Hatters. And we are excited to be joined here at halftime by Stetson Director of Athletics, Ricky Ray. Ricky, such an exciting time of the year. Fall sports are back. Football is back. How exciting is this for you, your entire department, and the entire university?
Oh, we're thrilled. This has been an outstanding weekend so far. We started Thursday night with men's soccer's home opener, getting a win. Volleyball opened at home this weekend. Women's soccer is underway as well, and then obviously getting football going tonight. And just getting the energy, feeling the energy in the parking lots and the tailgates and pregame. And, we just, even with the weather, we sort of lost some of our pregame, but we just saw the band and cheerleaders on the field for probably the first time ever here. So a lot of new things going on, a lot of great energy.
Yeah, despite the delay and despite the rain, the fans have still really come out here tonight, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's been awesome, and we've got some new things in the stadium for them to enjoy, and we've done the free parking this year just to try and encourage more folks to come out and see what Coach Jasper is going to bring to us.
No doubt.
Yeah, Ricky, you're no longer the new AD here at Stetson, right? You've been here for over a year at this point. What has your first year been like, and what can you say has been like the highlight of your experience so far?
Yeah, the part about being new is you can blame everything on everybody else, and now I guess that's over with. The highlight's just been getting to know the student athletes. We've got incredible students. We won a few championships last year. Women's tennis, baseball, going on those runs with them, was a lot of fun. And then just diving into the community and getting to know everyone and seeing what Stetson and DeLand is all about. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I know the hiring of Coach Mike Jasper in the offseason was one of your big moments so far as Director of Athletics. What was it that really turned the university on to Coach Jasper and made him the right choice?
Yeah, I tell you, I've told this story 100 times, but, the first time he and I talked on the phone was probably 75-minute conversation, and we never talked about football. It was about culture. It was about building in the offseason. It was about retention. It was about recruiting. And I could just tell there was something about him. He obviously has competed at the highest level and done some incredible things there. And as we talked more and more, it just became clear he was going to be a great fit here. And not only has he been great, he's hired a tremendous staff, and they've done great work with our team so far. And we're excited to actually see him on the field finally.
Yeah, the landscape of Division I athletics is continuously changing. What are you excited for in the future of college athletics?
Yeah, it changes every day and sometimes twice a day. I think, at the core of it, the mission is still there to provide opportunities for student athletes. I don't mind the fact that they can be rewarded or make money for things that they probably should have been allowed to do a long time ago, the way NIL was originally designed. Has it gotten a little crazy? Sure. But I think just them being able to take advantage of those things is great. But at the core of it, it's still learning to be part of a team, getting an education, playing the sport that you love, and I think that'll continue.
Absolutely. Can you imagine if I had a Belk deal with Belk, the department store? I would love that.
Just missed out. Just a few more years.
See if he's got any eligibility left. Could still work something out. Ricky Ray, our Director of Athletics at Stetson, thank you for your time. We look forward to a great second half and look forward to a great season.
Thank you, guys.
Stay with us from Spec Martin Stadium. We'll be back in a moment. Weber International leading Stetson 17-7 after 2 quarters. your halftime stats, Weber International and Stetson, a season opener for both. And the rushing yards, Davion, Weber able to chew up some yardage on the ground. Stetson able to do it through the air, and that was a combination of two quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's been a mixed game. Weber's been doing it on the ground, as you mentioned. Stetson's been able to pass the ball in some spots. They're probably going to have to do a little bit more of that this half, being down 10. But, you know, in spots they've run the ball well. But they got to do a little bit more consistently than that.
And one of the things that kept some of those Weber drives alive, those penalties, 6 for 55 yards. That's something the Hatters have to clean up. Let's take a look at your first half highlights. And it was a quick start for the Hatters. Down the field, caught inside the 10, and a couple of quick runs and into the end zone goes Hayden Betts. The Hatters kept moving it. The rain kept coming down.
And then they stopped them
Griffin.
There.
Yeah.
That was a big stop.
But we talked about their ability to run the football. And Trent Grosjean. And here was the big play that really changed the game. The scoop and score for Caden Morrell. Possibly a missed targeting call. It was not called. And we have not seen Gavin Rupp since then. Cale Alexander, the freshman quarterback, came on in relief, but Weber drove back down the field and scored again just before the end of the half. And there is their 10-point lead as we get set for the third quarter. And kickoff is on the other side of the break. Stay with us. Coach Eric Potocny of Weber International got to feel really good about his football team and their performance through 2 quarters as they lead at 17-7, getting set for the 3rd quarter. And Mike Jasper, what was the discussion like in the locker room with his Hatters team? A few mistakes, few too many penalties, but time to regroup. A lot of football left to be played.
Absolutely. I think the message was positive. It's definitely saying, hey, we got to come out here and take over this game. We got to get a quick stop right away. And then we got to go and score some points and be the vertical team that we are meant to be.
Oh, and the football is on the ground, and Weber was able to jump on it. Ball came loose, but they will keep possession. Corey Conklin, presence of mind to jump on that loose ball.
And the big hit there.
Tobias Semper, the recipient of that hit, coughed it up. Conklin is there to save the day. And here comes the quarterback, Trent Grosjean.
Yeah, that was Justin Rodriguez on the big hit for Stetson.
Grosjean ran for 38 yards in the first half. DeMarcus Mathis on the carry. Number 5 to get things started for the Warriors.
Yeah, this Stetson defense is going to have to show that they can stop the run and make Grosjean pass the ball. That is not his strong suit.
Well, Grosjean only threw 5 times for a total of 37 yards. He was 5 for 12, but had the touchdown reception with 7 seconds left in the half. Made it a 10-point ball game. Straight ahead and hit hard by the Hatters. Shug Bentley with the contact. Bentley, the sophomore, with a big hit.
Yeah, and talking to the coaches, offense and defense, they were really impressed by him and how much he stepped up this season in fall camp. And they're just like, hey, he's a great linebacker. He's taking the starting spot by the horns, and you can see why.
3rd and 3. Their own 36 for the Warriors. Quick throw, far side, enough for the first down. The pass complete over there to Micah Elder. That's Elder's 3rd reception.
Yeah, and you see Stetson sending the blitz there. Grosjean doing a great job of throwing it to the blitz side. Wherever the blitz is coming from, there's going to be an open space there. Great play by him.
So move the chains for the Warriors. Throw near side, and all over it quickly was Jaden Clark for no gain.
And Jaden Clark, as we talked about earlier, he's one of those freshmen on both teams that have found their way into the starting lineup, especially at his position that he plays. Nickel is a very complicated position. You deal with a lot of fast and twitchy guys. And he just shown that he can step up and play that position well and at a high level.
A loss of 1, and 2nd down and 11. Early stages here, the 3rd quarter at Spec Martin Stadium. A little mild surprise with Weber International with a 10-point lead. Look at Grosjean eluding pressure, but throws it away.
Yeah, and great pressure there by Mo Torre, but he just has to get his hands on Grosjean. Didn't do a great job at that, but he did make the pressure felt, and that caused the ball to be thrown out of bounds.
Coach Jasper talked about they will bring a lot of pressure. They'll disguise a lot at the line of scrimmage. They won't be able to pick them apart. The quarterback, the offenses very easily. And 3rd and long now for Weber. Let's see what the junior Grosjean has up his sleeve. Three wide receivers. Boy, he tucked that one under right away and absolutely nowhere to go.
And Andrew Martin was all over that play from the get-go. He was expecting the opportunity to pass rush, but it turned into run. And you can see him come off the edge consistently. He beats the puller and makes the tackle. What a great play by him.
Great strength there by Martin to wrap up behind the line of scrimmage and snuff out this drive as they punt it away. Gonna let it roll. A good roll for Weber. Ball's gonna come to rest inside the 15-yard line. So that's where they will start. And Stetson will have the football. Stetson University alumni invited back to campus this fall for annual homecoming weekend activities. Along with Hatter football playing St. Thomas, a variety of events are planned. To learn more, visit gohatters.com/homecoming. So it's Cale Alexander back in there. Gavin Rupp has not returned since taking that big hit in the second quarter. And a flag. And I think it's going to be a false start against Stetson.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5 yards. Still first down.
Davion, the penalties start to be a real issue for Stetson. That is their 7th penalty of the night.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. A lot of times in that first game, players are jittery, but now is the time you got to lock in. You're down 10. I'm sure you just heard your coach say you got to lock in, got to perform well. You can't have those penalties in the second half of this game when your team needs you the most.
Handoff up the middle. It's Trey Clark. Good yardage up towards the 20. Clark had 44 yards rushing on 9 carries in the first half.
And it looks like we have a Hatter down on the field. It's the starting center.
So we will see what the injury is when we come back. It's Jalen Foster. And we'll be back to Spec Martin Stadium in a moment.
Every day, I'm out there putting in the work, making sure everyone gets home safe. When I come home, I need something that works as hard as I do. That's why I rely on natural gas. Natural gas gives me the fuel to unwind, to save a life, and be ready for whatever comes next. These moments keep me going. With natural gas, I enjoy life knowing I'm saving on energy bills, and those appliance rebates are a nice bonus too. When life requires more of you, choose a fuel that does more for you.
I was originally in the Discovery program. Stetson gave me the option to explore so many majors, and now I've found my passion and my people.
I can do a lot of things outside of my major, and I never would have known that had this school not set me up with those opportunities.
I'm really happy that I ended up coming to Stetson.
When you connect with MBI, you're not just getting a print provider. You're gaining a full-service digital marketing partner. We start with strategy, helping you craft the perfect campaign from websites to social media. Every piece is connected. We make sure the right message reaches the right person. MBI Direct Mail Plus Digital.
At Watson Realty, we continue to make selling your home easier and safer than ever. Simply contact a Watson Realtor to discuss your goals and determine your home's value. Then we'll market to ideal buyers and arrange for tours that match everyone's comfort level. Best of all, though we've adapted our methods to a new environment, we still offer legendary service and get your home sold. Sell the Watson way. Simple, safe, sold.
And Stetson center, Jalen Foster, who was shaken up on that last play before the break, is in the tent being checked on. Meanwhile, the Hatters with the football right there around the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 4. And a handoff again. Trey Clark. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. And so far, since Cale Alexander has entered the game, Davian, it really has been pretty much run only with a couple of exceptions. And there is one of the exceptions, and a throw to the far side should have been caught, but dropped slightly low, but a very catchable ball over there for Wyatt Rogers.
Yeah, he's had a tough time catching the ball today. I don't know if it's the weather or if it's, things are just getting in his head a little bit, but he's just having a little bit of a tough time.
Well, they had that 4th down play late in the 2nd quarter, which was would have been a completed pass and a drop there as well. And how about that? He goes right back to him. This time, no problem hauling it in and finding yardage for the 1st down. And how about the move by Cale Alexander, the redshirt freshman, to go right back to his man, Wyatt Rogers.
Yeah, showing confidence in your receiver. No matter how many drops, they know he's explosive. And he's shown it all fall camp. So why not continue to give him the ball?
And again, same call, 3rd straight play, the little bubble screen to the far side, and that's going to be close to a 1st down.
Yeah, sooner or later, Weber is going to try to jump that, and they're going to run a fake screen with a fade or wheel route over the top of that, and it can be a very big play.
5 minutes into the 3rd quarter, Stetson. The handoff, Clark again this time, and that will give them enough to move the chains.
And great job getting movement up front. Trey Clark did not get touched until he was just about at the yard to gain for 1st down.
Ball at the 47-yard line. Clark again. And Clark dragging tacklers down towards the 41-yard line. Let's see if they give him a generous spot and put it at the 40. It will be put down at the 41, so a gain of 6. Clock moving. Stetson has had a couple of good drives, especially in that 1st quarter. That one quick drive to start the game, 3 plays and in the end zone, and then another one that took them all the way down inside the 5, and they were stuffed on 4th down. A great defensive stand by Weber. But they have needed another sustained drive, and this is turning into that. Handoff this time to Zion Griffin. Griffin picks up another 1st down. Run-heavy offense.
Yeah, and if they're going to run this heavy and take all the time, they have to make sure they come out with a score. Not just 3 points. You want to see them get a touchdown to capitalize on this drive.
Griffin, again, the running back in there. Alexander's going to throw deep, and his receiver fell down, and it's intercepted, but a flag comes out.
It looks like it might be defensive pass interference. Let's see what happens.
Well, Tyler Powell made the interception, but the wide receiver fell down. Will Secker, and see what the call is.
Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
And there you have it.
Wow, what a saving play there. You see on the inside, it looks like he slipped.
Ooh, wow.
Now, granted, the DB did have his inside shoulder, right? But the referee can't really see that.
Well, could be a little bit of a break for the Hatters. Yeah, of course, perhaps they were due one after the non-call and the possible targeting in the 2nd quarter. Of course, that's not the way it works, but they'll take it as Wyatt Rogers catches the pass on the near side. Brings up 2nd down, a loss of 3 with 8 minutes left, 3rd quarter. And the handout. Hand off to Griffin. Across the 20. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long, Davian.
Yeah, now the question is, who is your guy? Can you isolate him and get him one-on-one? So if you think that's Wyatt Rogers or Bo Bankston, get him one-on-one, take a shot to the end zone here, and just see what happens. You got to at some point, you got to let one of your top guys make a play.
3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. 3rd and 12. Throw to the end zone. Caught in there. Touchdown. Anthony Benzija.
What a touchdown there by Anthony Benzija, the converted tight end. He was just a quarterback last year. They converted to tight end. A big play there on the boundary side. It looked like he ran a little bit of a hitch play, breaks the tackle, and scores the touchdown. That's exactly what Stetson needed in that moment. Touchdown, Hatters.
Great route run by Benzija and thrown right on the money by Cale Alexander. Big confidence booster for Stetson. They're back in this thing. 17-14 your score with 7:11 left in the 3rd quarter. So there is new life for Coach Jasper's team here in the 3rd quarter. A tremendous drive capped off by the touchdown pass. Cale Alexander finding his man. We'll show it to you again in a moment. It was just what the doctor ordered. It's been really a run-heavy attack by Stetson. That's how they got it down the field, but they scored it with a great touchdown connection. Taken at their own 10-yard line. Micah Elder brings it back across the 20. Tavion, here's the touchdown.
Yeah, great touchdown. You see Benzija makes a great snag, fights through the tackle, and then extends for the end zone. What a touchdown there. And he's actually not the first Benzija to play at Stetson. He had a brother that played defensive end here at Stetson, Jack Benzija. And so it's cool to see family continue to make their way to Stetson.
That's right. And they're from not far away. Oviedo High School, just outside Orlando, Haggerty, Oviedo, Florida. Haggerty High School in Oviedo.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jack is here today watching and cheering on his brother.
So 17-14. So as the game goes back and forth, we'll see now if Weber can respond. Good football game here on week 1 here at the Spec. Trent Grosjean, the quarterback. Man in motion. Handoff, jet sweep. And out of bounds. That's number 16, Tobias Semper. Freshman from Merritt Island.
Yeah, and if you're the Stetson defense and Coach Kincaid, you have to be ready for Weber to pull out all the stops, all the tricks.
Sure.
You got to be telling your safeties to make sure they stay back and keep an eye out on for any trick plays that may happen, because the Warriors want to win this game, and they're going to do anything that they can, including throwing out the whole playbook out there and see if they can get a big explosive play.
Yeah, they ran into a brick wall on that run. Nowhere to go for Reggie Johnson. Stacked up by Emmanuel Williams and others. That is not the guy you want to meet at the line of scrimmage, Williams. A big tackle, 270, a junior.
Yeah, very compact.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Gain of 1 on that last play. And tackled in the backfield.
Andrew Martin is heating up.
Martin is fired up.
He's starting to feel it. Hey, he plays in the bandit position here from this defense. That position has a lot of opportunity to make plays in the backfield, and he's showing you right there. Think of that bandit position, a little bit similar to the dog safety position when Donald Payne was playing that position, and he had an opportunity to make a lot of plays in the backfield. Andrew Martin can do that same thing this year. I don't think he'll have as many tackles as Donald. He played all over the field, but I think he can have explosive plays in the backfield throughout this season.
Brings up 3rd and 11. Pass is thrown and caught across midfield. What a response by the Warriors. Corey Conklin takes a hard hit but holds on to it. Great throw, too, by Grosjean. My goodness, what a catch.
Slowed it down, check it in with coach, and to get a new play.
Plenty of time in the play clock. Trips to the right side, but they keep it on the ground. Reggie Johnson stacked up, gain of a couple.
I must say I am impressed by Grosjean. He hasn't thrown the ball much, but when he has, they've been good passes. He hasn't thrown any errant interceptions or anything like that, like he has done last year. A lot more efficient today than he has been in the past.
Well, conservative play calling on those pass plays for the most part. 2nd and 7. He's going to run it up the middle. Brought down by Shug Bentley. Not before a gain of 4 yards. He's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
And Renardo Lewis there as well goes by Nardo, as all his teammates call him. I know they're happy to see him back this year.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of last season with an injury.
Nardo Lewis, one of the team captains for the Hatters, alongside Kyle Elphick on the defensive side. So it's 3rd and 3 at the 41. Back to throw. Grosjean flushed out. Looks long. into the end zone, but way out of bounds and an uncatchable ball. Never had a chance at it.
And now what are the Warriors going to do in this spot? It's a very weird spot, kind of no man's land. They only need 3 yards. And it looks like they're going to go.
So with under 3 minutes left in the third quarter, they've been moving the ball in chunks here. Why not?
Look for them to go back to a play similar to the play they scored the touchdown on here, with the quarterback rolling out to the right.
4th and 3, and a timeout is called for by the Warriors. They want to make sure they make the most of this important play. They lead it by 3, coming back to the spec after this.
Hey, John B. Need another debit card, huh? Don't worry, we got you covered.
When convenience matters most, it's video banking from Insight Credit Union for the win. Safe, secure personal service without having to bank in person. Insight Credit Union and you. Better together.
Stetson has really helped me find myself and just my interests, and it's helped me prioritize myself, put me first, find out what I'm interested in to make a difference.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Such a big play. 4th and 3. Weber International going to go for it, trying to keep this drive alive. And they have changed their mind. And they are going to play conservative and kick it away. So how about that? They're going to really pin it on their own defense. Be confident with that defense. Still a long way to go, but they changed their mind after calling that timeout, Davian.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of stuck. I think going for it there probably would have been the right decision. You got to be aggressive. I told you, you can't be too passive. A team like Stetson does have a lot of talent, and if you keep letting them play the game of football, they're gonna take this game over at some point. So sometimes you got to take those risks to get points to keep the offense off the field.
This drive will start inside their own 10-yard line, but yeah, you've got the redshirt freshman quarterback with a little new sense of confidence after that touchdown pass, but they're going to back up even more.
Number 68.
On the 5-yard penalty.
Half the distance. First down.
And that's, to my count, the 8th penalty for the Hatters.
Yep, and that's Jonathan Stark, number 68 there.
There it is, just ever so slightly. Alexander hands off. It's really been Griffin And Trey Clark getting the bulk of the carries tonight.
And the game started off with Betts and his rushing touchdown, but we have not.
Oh, and a fumble on the carpet. Weber's got it. Griffin coughed it up.
And he's reaching for his arm.
And a Weber player down as well, getting back up now, Jeremy Willoughby. But let's see about Zion Griffin. What a big play. Costly turnover. Coach Jasper can't believe it. I hope Griffin is okay down there. Already lost starting quarterback Gavin Rupp have the Hatters. Weber by 3, and they've got the football back with a short field. Back for Stetson in the 10 after that hard hit. Here's another look at it. Hit to his left arm, coughs it up. It's a legit fumble, and now Weber. And to the right side, it's Johnny Lewis Jr. in there at quarterback, and Lewis on his first play takes it to the corner for a touchdown.
What a big play that was by Johnny Lewis Jr. Running the ball, they just have a quarterback rollout. It doesn't like he ever was going to throw the ball. It was a QB run all the way. They put him in the game specifically for that, and he showed you why.
My goodness, the freshman, yet another freshman making an impact from Navarre, Florida. Johnny Lewis Jr. out of nowhere comes in first play of the drive and scores a touchdown. And the lead back to 10 thanks to the extra point from Rourke Davis. Check it out again.
Yep, you see he's just rolling out. He has the ball cradled the whole time. He's never going to throw it. He makes people miss. Oh, look, the knee might have been down a little early.
Close.
But it was close enough.
Close. But no replay. And Coach Jasper, well, facing adversity in his coaching debut here at Stetson. Still a lot of time left in this football game.
Yeah, still plenty of time in the game. He shouldn't be too concerned by that, but you don't want this to continue to go, and Weber has built great momentum in this game. It has a 10-point lead to show for it. So you have to start closing this gap soon, because like I said, the longer teams hang in the game who, are quote-unquote are not supposed to win the game, the more likely they are to win it.
Well, and hats off to Coach Potocny for some great play calling, I think, tonight. Putting his quarterback in good positions where he can be successful. I know he had a lot of interceptions last year, but keeping it on the ground, throwing when the time is right, game managing, and then how about that play call? Bringing in the freshman out of nowhere, the quarterback, Johnny Lewis Jr., to keep it and score from 10 yards out. So Stetson will get it back. On the return across the 30. And that's where the Hatters will start. That's Will Secker, and my goodness, we have
a Baltimore, San Francisco.
How about that? The lights have gone out here at the Spec.
Lights out. Now, can this be the thing that turns the game over for the Hatters? We will see.
Well, and the cell phones, nice try by the fans. It's not going to be enough to illuminate the field to play. So we'll see if they can get these lights back on.
Yeah, they're doing the phone lights. Next thing you know, they're going to be pulling up cars.
Yeah, that's right.
And turning on the headlights. They want to see the rest of this game played. But I've never seen anything like that.
Well, that's a big shock to the system. Stetson needed something. So we're not sure if it's just a quick flick of the switch or whether you have to reboot the lights and wait for them to warm back up or not. I'm not sure about these lights here at Spec Martin Stadium in that regard. So quite the situation. Very unexpected. The lights have gone out here late in the third quarter at Spec Martin Stadium. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left. Weber International with a 10-point lead, 24-14. And the Hatters will have the ball whenever the lights come back on. So we will step aside for a moment, try to get this all figured out. We're back to the Spec in a moment. without a half moon, it looks pretty. It is not going to be enough to light up Spec Martin Stadium, unfortunately. Were it the sun, we'd be in good shape, but the lights are still out here in DeLand. Kind of a spooky situation a couple months out from Halloween. But as it stands right now, late third quarter, Weber International with a 24-14 lead over Stetson. This ever happened to you, partner, during a game at any level?
No, not at all. I don't. But also, I don't know what's scarier: the fact that Weber is up 24-14, or that the lights are out. None of this is what most people probably expected here tonight.
That's right.
But it's happening anyways, and it seems like the fans are rolling with it. The band's trying to keep people engaged. But I guess the big question is, will there be light?
See if they can figure out the problem with the lighting here at Spec Martin Stadium. So we've just passed 10 p.m. Eastern time. Remember, this game started about an hour and a half late because of a lightning delay, weather in the area. It was originally slated to kick off at 6 p.m. Eastern time. About a 90-minute delay. It kicked off right around 7:30. So we are going later, of course, than anyone expected. So we hope to be able to continue with football tonight. We'll get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log on with your TV provider. So a lot of cell phones trying to light things up, and they've got the scoreboard lit up, but we're still in the dark here, partner.
Yeah. Like I said, the closest thing I've seen to this is, I think it was what the AFC championship or NFC championship game when you had the 49ers,
yep,
I believe.
And the lights went out.
And the lights went out, yes.
I remember a number of years ago in the Stanley Cup Finals between the Boston Bruins and the Edmonton Oilers, the lights went out in the old Boston Garden from a time. Well, here's the preseason coaches poll in the Pioneer Football Conference. San Diego, not a big surprise, getting the most first place votes. One of 5 teams with first place votes. Drake, St. Thomas, Morehead State Presbyterian also, and Stetson picked to finish 11th. But it should be a very competitive league as always. So Coach Jasper about being picked to finish last. He said, that's fine. There's no place I'd rather be. We have to spot the ball eventually, and they're going to see who we are, and we're going to earn some respect this year. Love the confidence.
Yes, a powerful quote for sure. And the other teams in action tonight as well in the conference. You have Presbyterian get a big win over Marist. Or I'm sorry, not Marist, but Mercer tonight. So very impressive. Win over that powerful scholarship program in Macon, Georgia. We also have Morehead State getting a win over Allen. And then you have San Diego in action tonight as well. They're losing to Cal Poly currently 27-10. So Pioneer League action is definitely in place. Some teams doing a little better than others. But we still got a game to play here.
And in the Sun Conference, where Weber International resides, here's their preseason coaches poll. Kaiser, St. Thomas, Southeastern 1, 2, and 3. Weber International picked to finish middle of the pack right there at 5th. And Weber went 5-5 last season. They finished 4-3 in the Sun Conference a season ago, which is Eric Potocny's 5th season as the head coach. So we're going to step aside once again for a moment with 2:07 left in the third quarter. Weber International leading Stetson 24-14, trying to get the lights back on at the Spec. Stay with us. Welcome back live to Spec Martin Stadium in DeLand, Florida. And if you're just joining us, we have had a power outage. Not a power outage, actually, but the lights in the stadium have gone out late in the third quarter, about 10 to 15 minutes ago. Efforts are being made to get those lights back on. Right now, Weber International leading Stetson by 10, 24-14. We hope to resume, and I think, Daviana, I am seeing a good sign right now that some of the lights are starting to flicker and come back on in the stadium.
Yes, I think you're right. I think they're on their way. And some of the players are on the field getting a little warmed up, trying to stay warm.
So just as we came back from the break, and there you see, it takes a little while for these types of lights, as you've probably seen in a lot of places, to when they kick them back on, they've got to warm up bulb by bulb, and that's what's happening. It takes a few minutes. And I think we're going to have light. Let there be light again on week 1 of college football. Decided to try to see this through to the finish line. Can Weber hang on? They have really, really been impressive against this FCS Stetson Hatters team so far, have not backed down.
Yeah, and the good thing for the Hatters is they just had a lot of time to get organized. So they should know exactly what they want to do on this drive. They should have calmed down their quarterback. They should be very prepared heading into this drive and have an idea of how they want to attack this Warrior defense.
Yeah, that's a good sign. You're starting to see the green of the grass out there again, and it won't be long now as both teams have been, like you said, doing a little stretch, some drills out there in the dark. Cell phone lights in the crowd only go so far, so we've got the real ones kicking on now. We're about to get cranked up here again in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we've had a weather delay.
Yeah.
A lightning delay and a light delay.
Yeah, I hope things don't come in threes, right? Just, that's all we need.
No more delays.
Let's just play football after this.
Hey, you can't welcome back college football without your, occasional weather delays. And the light one is new, though. The light situation is new, but hey, that's the first time for everything.
Well, and here we are late August. Certainly the state of Florida, you get these kind of weather delays that we saw that delayed the kickoff of this football game a little earlier on, set to kick off at 6 Eastern time tonight, 90 minutes approximately delay. We got underway at about 7:30. So I guess that was a little bit past the lights' bedtime, maybe. We had to wake them back up. Got to finish the job here. The lights are up past their bedtime tonight.
There you go. gotta write them up for sleeping on the job.
And Coach Jasper having a laugh. Still plenty of time left in this game for his team to regroup. Again, a young team, nearly 50 freshmen, so many new faces on this Hatters football team. Same for Weber International, and we are set to go. 1st and 10 for Stetson just across the 35-yard line. The freshman Alexander hands off. Taken ahead. And we have a number 22, the ball carrier right there for the Hatters. Does not immediately appear on our Stetson roster. But no gain. And Alexander back to throw. Near side. Caught by Wyatt Rogers. Good pickup. Going to be close to the first down. Check that, a gain of about 5. So it'll still be 3rd down and 5 for Stetson. And this is a key 3rd down play right now.
Yes, and a very manageable 3rd down.
And a throw down the field, but whistles just as that ball was snapped. It's going to be against the Hatters and back them up 5 more yards. So now, Davion, it's going to bring up a 3rd and long situation.
It's not an ideal situation to be in, you know. You have a young quarterback out there, and more yards, more pressure.
Yeah. But he's getting this opportunity that maybe he did not expect tonight, and he wants to show that he can step up and deliver a big throw, and this might be that time. 3rd down and 10, final minute, 3rd quarter. Over the middle it goes. It is caught, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down.
And that's a great big reception there that gave the Hatters the 1st down.
Flowers with the reception.
And great angle route out of the backfield. And a great pass by Cale Alexander right on the money.
Again, Flowers again on 1st down. And that should do it for the 3rd quarter. Gain of 2 on 1st down, bring up a 2nd and 8 when we flip the field for quarter number 4, which is on the other side of this commercial. Weber leading Stetson by 10. Can the Hatters respond? We're ready for the fourth quarter. Eric Potoczny, Weber's head coach, is certainly ready. I know Mike Jasper over on the other sidelines is ready too for Stetson. 2nd down and 8. The freshman quarterback for Coach Jasper, Cale Alexander, in there. Got the ball at midfield as he's going to roll to the near side. Throws near side, but just a little low. Uncatchable that time over here for number 80, Malachi Townsend. Kid from Atlanta, Georgia. He's a junior.
Yeah, you would like to see him get his feet squared there to throw that pass, but it's also tough because you rolled him out to the left side. So he's trying to throw across his body. It's not natural. If he was a lefty, it'd be a little bit more natural.
Big 3rd down play. 3rd and 8. Alexander's going to throw. He delivers. The pass is caught over there. Dylan Redmond. Big play for Stetson and a 1st down.
And that was a pretty ball from Cale Alexander. It's just almost like a flick of the wrist. There's not much to it. He doesn't step into that throw, but he gets it to the target for the 1st down.
Kid from Vero Beach, Dylan Redmond. And the Hatters are in business, and they're going to run it. Left side, Troy Flowers, who has really been the preeminent running back on this drive. We had not seen him in the game until now. He's a kid from Simmons, Alabama, a sophomore running back. And I know you had said it, and Coach Jasper told us all week long how deep this running back room is for the Hatters. And they throw far side, little screen pass, caught over there. Malachi Townsend picks up a 1st down.
Yeah, that's the first time getting him the ball. Today, he had a nice run after the catch.
Coach Jasper's trying to figure out the guys that are really going to step up for him on this roster.
Yeah,
He's trying different guys.
Yeah, you see many different players into the rotation. So somebody has to step up.
And there goes Flowers inside the 5. And just like that, the Hatters are knocking on the door.
And a great just zone run scheme there. Flowers finding a little bit of space. And if he didn't get tripped up, it probably would have ended up in the end zone.
2nd down. Flowers to the goal line. Is he in? He is in as the side judge signals touchdown. Troy Flowers with 5 carries on that drive comes in the game here. Late 3rd quarter, early 4th, and makes a statement. Coach Jasper coaching him up a little bit over there, but the Hatters have pulled to, pending the PAT, to within a field goal.
Yes, and the running back depth was on display. You see him putting his head down. You don't want quarterback reaching for the goal line too often, or running backs reaching for the goal line too often, but when you're right there and you need that touchdown, you do it, and he got it. Touchdown for the Hatters.
The timeout on the field, 24-20, the PAT left to come, 13-15 left to play.
How do you measure the human spirit? In pounds? In milliliters? In the distance traveled between yesterday and today? Or maybe there's no way to measure the human spirit. Because as you remind us every day, it simply has no limit. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Beach International Airport. Happy travels start here. Just minutes from the world's most famous beach and steps from the Speedway. And for the locals, close to home, fast security checkpoints, and a first-class customer experience. Daytona Beach International Airport, the right airport, right here.
So a big touchdown for Troy Flowers of Stetson. And it draws the Hatters closer. Extra point moments away for Coach Jasper. Long way to go in this football game. Davion Belk with 13:15 left to play. Daniel Holbrook, and the kick is up and it's good. Remember, Holbrook last season 27 for 27 on PATs. He's got a great leg on him, and it's 24-21.
Yeah, he's as consistent as it gets. So if this game comes down to a field goal, I guarantee you they'll be feeling confident in him.
Great point. He kicked a 52-yarder last season.
Yeah, and that's why he was named preseason all-conference PFL this year. And he's probably going to have another great season kicking the ball.
So back in fourth battle, I mean, this has been the whole way. Stetson jumped out early in this game, 7-0. Weber came back and scored 17 unanswered points. Led by 10, 17-7 at halftime. And Weber with the touchdown here in the second half. Stetson putting up a couple times into the end zone. And they're back to within 3, set to kick it off. Lightning delay, a lights out delay. We've had it all here tonight at the Spec. Brought up back across the 25-yard line. Tobias Semper, and we'll step aside. Be back in a moment to DeLand. Had a little bit of everything tonight as Weber International gets set to start its drive at its own 26-yard line. Trent Grosjean going the whole way at quarterback, and he rolls left and brought down in the backfield by Jackson Berry.
There are new players all over this defense, and they just added a new linebacker core. So they rotated them out, and you see Jackson Berry making the most of his time. He sees the ball, he sees the open lane, he shoots it, and that's a big play for the defense.
Jackson Berry, a junior from Prosper, Texas, in the Dallas area. Loss of about 4, 2nd and 14. They dump it outside. It is caught. The receiver out there, Jaden Floyd, running back out of the backfield, a freshman from West Leechburg, Pennsylvania. And a gain of 13. What a big response right there by the Warriors after that loss of 4.
Yep, and now they're at 3rd and 1. Can the Hatters make a big play to stall this drive here?
Coming down the stretch.
And if you're up front, you got to watch the ball. They've been hard counting all day.
And a keeper, and Stetson read it the whole way. Christian Rand in the backfield and brings down Grosjean for the loss.
And you see Christian Rand there. Great play. He was never touched. And all he had to do was just bring the QB down to the ground for the huge stop there on 4th down.
Warriors going to have to punt with 11.5 and ticking left. Will they get it away? Caught inside the 20. And Secker gets hemmed up almost right away. That's where Stetson will start. Now, Davion, you talked about, with all the things that we've seen here tonight with the lightning delay and then the lights going out for a time. But in your very first game in 2013 as a defensive lineman for Stetson, in fact, Stetson's very first game back as a new program in nearly 50 years. Tell me what happened that night.
Yeah, we had a great game, packed stadium. It was a great night. We scored the first touchdown of the game. And then we ended up having a weather delay. A weather delay that was so long, it went to the very next day. So we didn't play the game until Sunday. So an amazing experience, something that I never thought would happen. But we played a game on 2 days. Our first game was actually played on 2 separate days.
How about that? The 2-day game to welcome Stetson football back after so many decades of dormancy. But you did get the win. So a loss of 3 on the carry by Flowers brings up 2nd and 13. Alexander back to throw. And he's going to air it out down the middle of the field over the heads of everybody. Intended for Anthony Benzija. He caught a touchdown pass earlier in this half, but never had a chance at that one.
Yeah, he has great protection. A lot of time in the backfield there to survey the field. You really just want to tell him you don't have to take the big shot. You don't need it. Just take what's there and continue to chip away.
3rd and 13. Coach Jasper's call to his team this year was defend DeLand. Win these games at home. Over the middle, intercepted. Anthony Fuller. A pick 6. Back for the touchdown for the Warriors. Anthony Fuller read it the whole way.
Yeah, you see Kel Alexander never saw him coming. He was coming over from the other side, so he wasn't looking at him. He was staring down his receiver the whole time. Made it really easy for him. He touched the ball. He turns into a receiver there at that point, and he ends up in the end zone for the touchdown for the Warriors.
So Weber International tonight has had a scoop and score, fumble recovery for a touchdown, and now a pick 6. 14 points credited to the defense, and that's the difference in this game.
Absolutely. The Stetson defense has been fairly solid. They've only given up, as you just pointed out, 17 points. So that's a good job from a defense. Typically, if you can hold a team to 17 points, you can win that game. But not when your offense is giving up another 14 on big plays.
Well, Davion, I will say it again then. There's still a lot of time left in this football game. Over 10 minutes to play. This is what builds character. And for both of these teams, one hits and the other one has to respond and does. And then they score and the other team comes back. So it's been a back and forth battle the whole way. Terrific football game. Stetson will get another chance, and they've still got plenty of time. On the other side, can Weber International see this upset to the finish line?
10-point lead is nice. It's not, like you said, it can be going really quickly, but it is a nice lead if they can just run out some clock now at this point.
Little pooch kick. That'll give Stetson some favorable field position. And look at this. Sean Jones across midfield down to about the 35-yard line. Special teams stepping up big for Stetson.
Yes, and shortening the field for Kel Alexander, so he doesn't have to feel like he has to make a huge play. Just take the easy stuff. There's a lot of time left, and let your receivers do all the work. You don't have to make the big play with your arm talent.
Sean Jones, the up man, fields this at around the 26-yard line. Don't know why Weber decided to not kick it away. But Stetson takes full advantage, and they've got a short field. So an opportunity for Alexander to bounce back. Goes right to the air and completes the pass to Will Secker.
Yep, just like that, nice and simple. Take the easy throws.
Quarterbacks have to have short memories sometimes. They make mistakes. Show leadership, especially for a redshirt freshman. Real character builder right now. Can he come back and respond? The handoff to Trey Clark. Haven't called his name in a little while, and he is brought down. A gain of about 3, though. Tackle made out there by Omar Goody. Down 3. And so, Davion, question. Is this 4-down territory for Stetson? Minutes left.
It may be just because the placement of the ball. You do have good enough kicker. Well, he might be able to go. It's just like how much confidence do you have in him from this distance? So that's going to decide what they do. It's not much so, you know, the spot, so to speak, is just like they're kind of in between. It's like, where do you have confidence in your kicker and where do you not? Where do you lose that confidence?
So the football right now at the 31, 32-yard line. So we're looking at
about a
48-ish yard field goal, and he kicked last year a 52-yarder.
Yeah, it's definitely within his range. So it's just, do the coaches feel like he can do that consistently? Do they feel comfortable? If they don't, then yes, it's 4th down territory, 100%. Because you can't punt it. You can't punt it right here.
So Mike Jasper, 3rd and 3. Ball at the 31. Hands to Clark, but the ball's on the ground. And I think Alexander jumped on it in time, but now we do have a 4th down situation. And 4th and 6. Take another look at it. During the exchange, and it appeared as though Alexander was planning to keep it himself anyways.
Yeah, it looked like he was pulling it back. He just has to give it to the running back there. There was space for him. This is a huge kick for Holbrook.
So
And the fact that they lost yards makes it even longer of a kick.
Daniel Holbrook, does he have enough? And that one is well wide to the left. So not to be that time for Holbrook. From 52 yards, that would have equaled his long from a year ago, but not this time. And so the ball goes back over to Weber. Trying to pull off the upset with 8 minutes, 20 seconds left here at the Spec. We've seen it all tonight. 31-21 for Weber. The lightning delay, the lights going out at the Spec. A scoop and score for Weber in the first half. And a pick six a few moments ago. Their defense coming up with 14 big points. Again, that so far, Davion, is the difference in this football game.
Absolutely. And we talked about how much time is left on the clock. That time is ticking down.
Weber's going to keep it on the ground. Number 21, Dorian Manuel in the game for the first time. Stetson has all 3 timeouts. So many young players on both these rosters. We've seen a lot of guys get playing time. It really is both of these coaches try to find out who's going to step up for them this season.
Yeah, and definitely some players have great flashes here today. And they're going to need another flash here soon from someone.
Pass to the far side, a dangerous pass, is incomplete. Intended for Corey Conklin over there. And that stops the clock.
Now, if you're Weber, you want to try to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. Because each time you run a play, that's another, 46 or so seconds, because it takes about 6 seconds to run a play, plus the 40 seconds before the next play.
You surprised by that play call?
Yes, I am. But it was a short pass, so they probably thought it was like an extended handoff, but it's just very risky.
3rd down and 9. Big play for the Stetson defense. They need the ball back, and they need possessions and points. And Grosjean gets hit hard. The ball comes out. Stetson comes up with it. Is it inbounds?
It looks like he did recover it inbound.
A big hit taken by Grosjean.
Oh,
what's the call? And I think they called him down, Davion. Let's take a look. There's
really
combo hits.
And
the knee goes down, and it is apparently the correct call. So the ball came out. The ground caused the fumble. And a first down for Weber. Big play for the Warriors right there.
Absolutely, and you have to be expecting the QB to run every play at this point in time if you're the Stetson defense.
Well, for Coach Potocny, that is such an advantage he has with his quarterback.
Stetson is challenging the ruling on the field of the runner down by contact. Timeout.
All right, they're going to take another look at it, Davion, and appeared at least with the first look that we had that his knee might have been down, but maybe there's another angle to look at. But Weber with a quarterback that led him in rushing last year, so keep it on the ground with him. 10-point lead for the Warriors, under 7 minutes left. 6 minutes, 56 seconds away from an upset is Weber International as they take a look at that last play. The challenge was made, Davion, by Stetson. Challenging whether Trent Grosjean's knee was down on that running play. The ball came out. And we saw it with the naked eye. We thought at first glance we thought he was down. We'll see what
definitely
the
thought he
officials
was
say.
down, but there could be a different angle that shows otherwise.
A couple of looks. Here's a different one, the one from up top. Let's see. He gets hit from behind and then right there in front. He's still got it there. The knee is down.
It looked like elbow was down too at that point.
Yeah. Hard to imagine that one getting overturned. But the way this night has gone, anything is possible. Weber feeling good about themselves.
As they should be.
After review, the runner is down by contact at the 43.5-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Stetson is charged a timeout and loses a challenge for the remainder of the game.
So Stetson loses a timeout.
Yep.
But it will be 4th down.
And it is, yeah, like you said, it is 4th down. So it's like, it's almost like you kind of just let it go and it'd be 4th down.
So certainly Weber. And we're going to take, just while we have a moment, take split screen on both looks.
And it doesn't seem like you see any movement until the elbow is down.
And by the way, a hard hit taken by Trent Grosjean right there. It's kind of sandwiched. And good on him for holding on to it.
Yeah, it's 4th and 1. They're probably gonna try to get him to jump off sides here. You gotta be disciplined if you're the defensive line.
Okay.
See if we might see any the brotherly shove here.
Possible Bush push. Can't imagine they're really going to go for it, but we'll see. And they are.
Oh, no movement.
And a second effort may have gotten the 1st down for the Warriors. They kept it moving. And that looks like a 1st down. And Davion Belk, how about the chutzpah to go for it on 4th and 1 in your own territory in the 4th quarter, leading by 10.
Like I said, if you want to win some of these big games, you have to make risky plays from time to time in order to win them. You can't do it conservatively the whole game. You have to take risk. That was a big risk, and it paid off.
Eric Potocny making all the right calls tonight. They hand it off. Clock continues to churn. Getting a little chippy out there.
Yeah, and if you're the Warriors, you're telling your teammates, not now. No penalties here. We don't need anything to stop the momentum we have. Don't be stupid.
Gain of about 4 from Dorian Mitchell that time. Problem for Stetson, it's a 2-score deficit. And the ball's on the ground. And luckily for the Warriors, Grosjean saw it, jumped on it, covered it, and protected it. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. As the clock will now tick under 5 minutes left.
Yeah. And
things are getting serious for the Hatters now.
If I'm the Warriors, I'm going to take this clock all the way down, snap it at 1 or 2, and I'm going to run the ball. I would not put this ball in the air.
3rd and 7. 2 wide receivers to the left side, and they play it safe. And it's Manuel again. Dragged down and maybe a gain of 1.
And now they get to punt the ball, and by the time Stetson gets the ball, they'll have less than 4 minutes at that point in time.
Cooper Aurelia on the stop that time. So 4th and 6 from right at almost at midfield, and now they're going to have to kick it away. As we dip under 4 minutes, good punt, fair catch called for inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be a long field for Stetson. Let's go back to the first half. The big turning point in this ball game when starting quarterback Gavin Rupp took a big hit. And Caden Morrell not only delivered the hit, the scoop, the score. Gavin Rupp went into the tent, has not returned, and that signaled the redshirt freshman, Cale Alexander, to take over the reins at quarterback. Has done mostly a good job tonight. The pick six, though, a little while ago was the big mistake. And he's got to overcome now.
Yes, and this is going to be the biggest drive of his college career so far.
Troy Flowers takes it ahead for a first down. But Alexander's going to be forced to put it in the air on this drive. Down by 2 scores. They give it to Flowers again. Seconds continue to tick away. Gain of just 2. 2 timeouts left for Stetson, but they've got to get down the field, Davion, and score, make a stop, and get the ball back if they have any chance in this game.
Yeah, I get they're trying to keep the defense honest, but they have to throw the ball.
And a screen pass to the far side. Lead it over there, Trey Clark. Check that, Wyatt Rogers, number 5 on the reception. And it's 3rd down and 3.
Okay, now you're just focused on getting the first down, so no deep pass here. Just take what you can get.
And they're going to run it. And wow, stuffed in the backfield is Flowers. So this may be the ball game on 4th down and 3. Alexander, the redshirt freshman. Stetson has got to deliver. They've got to have a first down here on 4th down, or it could be lights out for the Hatters. Alexander over the middle. It's caught for the first down by number 84, Jack Stanton, the sophomore tight end, his first reception of the game.
Ooh, and what a big catch, because the ball was bobbling around, and a big catch there. We have now reached the 2-minute warning. They're going to try to spend some time together on the sideline getting this together, and when we come back, we'll see what happens.
minutes left. Stetson with a first down at its own 46-yard line. And Coach Jasper, how many plays did he sort of lay out for Alexander here coming out of that timeout to try to get down the field in a hurry?
Probably just 2 max. You don't want your quarterback thinking about too much.
Over the middle, lots of room to run. Look at Flowers go. Big play. That will move the chains and stop the clock. 10 seconds ran off. And big chunk of yardage right there to get down to the 35 for Stetson. They roll the clock. And Alexander going to throw it again. And he finds this man who gets out of bounds. Caught by Wyatt Rogers, and that will stop the clock again. Gain of about 4.
Yeah, quick speed out there. Great catch, and way to fight to get out of bounds.
There's Rogers. His 6th catch. Got to throw it down the field. They need 2 scores. Trips to the right side. And a tough decision right there by the redshirt freshman. That's going to burn so much time.
At that point, you just got to throw the ball away.
Yeah.
It's effectively the same thing. But such you don't run off the clock. But he's a young quarterback. He has to learn in this situation.
Minute 10 to go. Throws incomplete across the middle. That will stop the clock, but that will bring up 4th down. 4th down in the ball game for Stetson right here.
Yeah, and there's a possibility you could kick it and just say, hey, we're going to need a touchdown at some point, but we don't need to try to get it now. But with Holbrook missing the kick earlier, you know, you're just going to go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they still have the 2 timeouts. And again, the sideline is your friend. 4th and 6. They must convert the first down, or for all intents and purposes, this game is going to be over. Alexander throws far side, caught, first down and out of bounds. Austin Hill hauls it in.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since his big catch early in the first quarter.
Really the first play from scrimmage, Austin Hill with that big catch that set up the first touchdown.
Yeah, now a big catch here on 4th down to help them get the first down and get out of bounds. That was huge.
Great presence of mind. 61 seconds left. Alexander looking to the end zone. Way over the head of Wyatt Rogers.
And he had receivers running open. Austin Hill and Rogers, he just has to hit them.
Trial by fire tonight for that young man. Cale Alexander. From Coral Springs, Miramar High School. Tall kid, 6'4", 210. Second and 10. Ball in the 19. Throws near side, incomplete. So a couple of shots here, maybe to the end zone. You got 2 plays. Maybe you take a couple of shots to the end zone. You've got to get a score on the board. Or if you don't get the first down here and you get to 4th down, do you kick it and extend the game and put your faith in the onside kick? We shall see. 3rd down. Throw to the near side. It is complete. Dylan Redmond's second reception of the game, down to the 15-yard line.
And they took the timeout.
Yep, and short of the first down. So they burn their second timeout with 45 seconds left. It'll bring up 4th and 2. So big decision right here, Davion.
Unless you got a for sure go-to play that you love here on 4th and 2, I just go ahead and kick the ball, and then we have to go and push it downfield for the touchdown a little later. For
all intents and purposes, we saw him miss the long 52-yarder a minute ago, but from short range, you have a terrific kicker, Daniel Holbrook. So you would think it's somewhat of a sure bet, the field goal. And you make it a one-score game, and then you really put all your faith, of course, in that onside kick. So we'll see what they do. Yeah, and the kicker is on the field. Holbrook is out there.
Yeah, because either way it goes, they're going to need an onside kick.
Yep. And I think that's a good decision. There's Holbrook, a junior. Be about a 32, 33-yarder from the left hash mark. Holbrook to keep the Hatters alive, and it's close, and it is wide to the left.
It seems like he hit it off the post. Wow, on first kick earlier he missed to the left, and he missed this one off of the left post as well.
There is the clank, and that should pretty well seal the deal. Weber International with the 10-point lead and is going to be able to run out the clock. Our defensive play of the game, and it happened here in the fourth quarter. Alexander looking over the middle, the interception and return by Anthony Fuller to pay dirt. Weber International with a 10-point lead, and it looks like they are going to go on and knock off the Hatters at Spec Martin Stadium. Anthony Fuller read that pass the whole way.
Absolutely. Talk about killing any momentum that Stetson was trying to build in that moment. And that was a key play for the Warriors offense. And now it seems like this game is going to wrap up at this point in a Stetson loss, which is going to hand Mike Jasper his first loss at the helm of the Hatters. It's also going to be the first season opening loss since Stetson fell to Davidson in 2020 in a home game in a shortened COVID season.
In the COVID season. And that's it, a big win as Weber International celebrates around head coach Eric Potocny, who meets Mike Jasper at midfield. Two guys who have both spoken about how they respect each other so much heading into this game. But it's Potocny with the upstart Warriors who come to DeLand and knock off the Stetson Hatters. Your final score, 31-21. A great showing by the tough quarterback for Weber International. Great the whole game long. Trent Grosjean managed the game really to perfection for the Warriors.
Absolutely. Did not put the ball in harm's way. That probably was a point of emphasis for him this offseason, knowing that he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. He probably said, hey, I got to do a better job of taking care of the ball if I want to be the starting quarterback here for the Weber International Warriors.
And your final thoughts on the Hatters. They'll have to learn from this young team and bounce back. What does Coach Jasper tell them?
He has to tell them this is not the end of us, right? This is 1 out of 12 games. They have 11 more opportunities to come out here on a Saturday and play football. This is not the end of the season, and you can't let it be that way. You have to bounce back, and you have to work harder than ever before to make sure you get this next win next week.
So for Davion Belk, and our entire crew, great crew all night long. I'm Tom James saying so long from DeLand, where the final score is Weber International 31 and Stetson 21. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our ESPN family of networks, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. So long from the Spec.